what I do, man, is I represent. When I go hard. So it's like, I gotta give my man his props.
Hey, you're supposed to give your guys props, man, but Spence gonna give him more than props when they hook up in that square circle.
Okay, all right. So, I see. No subtleties. You want to jump right in. All right, so let's do this, okay? This is the first official Spence versus Thurman debate amongst the fans. We're fanatics. We're effing fanatics. That's what we are. We love the sport of boxing. And we want to really hit the conversation from a fan perspective, So I'll give you the floor first, sir, because you are Team Spence.
First of all, thanks, D, man. This is cool, man. The first inaugural, little podcast we're doing, man. Obviously, it's gonna be a huge success, man. Because obviously you're a great coordinator, man. So, and you love the sport of boxing, man. Very knowledgeable brother, and obviously family at the same time. That's how I look at you. So, respect.
Absolutely, brother.
So when it comes down to Spence, man, obviously, your brother, me and you we met and linked up as brothers in Georgia, but I'm in Dallas now, man, the home of Errol Spence, man. I'm right in his backyard now, man. So the guy, man, when it comes down to skill and talent, D, man, I just think he's right now, he's second to none right now in that division, that 147 division. Mm-hmm. He caused a lot of problems, D, in that 154 class as well. The guy is really a 154 pounder, as you already know.
Yeah.
He's campaigning right now at 147, sure, but his body, he's basically like a one. He's a big guy for a welterweight. Mm-hmm. And not only is he a big guy, he fights big. He fights big too. You know what I'm saying? He fights like the boss. When he's in the ring, he fights like the boss. So, and again, man, it's no knock on Thurman, but I just got a campaign for Spence. I just think that his IQ, boxing IQ, mm-hmm. along with his punching power in both hands, okay, his body attack, D. Now, D, you're a student of the game, man. That body attack, man,
you can great, yeah.
That body attack, man, you can hit somebody in the face a couple of times, and your face can take better punches than your body's. Am I right?
I get it. Yeah.
So I just think that he got heavy hands in both hands. He don't like to back up. Spence don't know. He don't really know how to back up. Mm-hmm. And that's for major excitement as well. So when it's almost like I want to use that aggressive word to describe his game, but he's really methodical too at the same time. But he's mm-hmm. steady coming forward, breaking you down to the body, to the head, and he's psychologically he's wearing you out.
Right. Yeah, but this is my question to you about Spence. And here again, I'm a fan of Spence. I like the guy and everything, but I just don't, when it's like he beat the guys that Thurman already beat. So he really had a roadmap. He had the blueprint to beating these guys. I would have loved to see him fight more champions. I would like to see him fight more undefeated fighters. Keith Thurman fought I think 7 undefeated fighters, to his 2. I think he may have had 2 undefeated fighters under his belt. Who has he really fought to make him this boogeyman? Who has he really beat? You mean to tell me because he beat Sean Porter and Danny Garcia, he's now the man over Thurman who beat him first? One as an undefeated fighter.
Yeah, I mean, I see where you're going at, D, but he cleaned when I say clean out the welterweight division, man. Whoever stepped in the ring got beat. Now we could say it for a couple of fighters as champions, they got that O on that record. Right. But I think going over to England though, D, I don't think you should discount that either, my brother, because he had.
But what did he do? But think about it. What did he do? He went to England and fought a guy who was come on, man. The dude, I give Kell Brooks much respect. He went up and he fought Triple G. You don't just do that. I mean, that's something you don't do. And Kell Brooks, he did it. Mm-hmm. He did it. So I give him all the props. But who messed up his eye? It was Triple G, right? Triple G messed up Kell Brooks' eye, right?
Triple G?
Triple G, yeah. He busted his eye up, you know?
He didn't fight Carol Brooke, did he?
Yes. Yes, brother. Triple G
Triple G
fought Kell Brooks.
Brooke. Okay,
Yeah.
I gotta research that. I didn't know, D.
This is listen. It was a good fight. And guess what? Kell Brooks was giving him the business.
Correct.
He was giving him the business, you know what I mean? But
Okay.
the thing about it, Triple G is so big and so strong, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, he couldn't take those punches, man. He couldn't
Well,
take those punches, and he got messed up, you know. So what I'm saying is, I can't give Errol Spence props for doing the same thing that a bigger man did first. He already had damage. I don't think he should have been fight. You know, for him to go up and come down like that. Anyway, I mean, I think he was just a done fighter. You know, he was done.
Well, if he was getting marinated by Triple G, Spence cooked him. Okay, if Triple G was marinating him, Spence threw him right in the sauteed him.
Yeah, but Spence did. What did Spence do? Spence hit him in the eye, the same eye that that dude busted him up in. I think he broke the other one. But the problem is, you know, Spence did the same thing that Triple G did. I mean, he was already. I think if Spence would have fought Kell Brooks first, it would have been a different fight. I think it would have, because even if you pull up the fight right now and watch that fight, if I remember correctly, Kell Brooks was beating him.
And you 100% D, you 100% correct. I mean 100% sure, I should say, that Triple G did fight Kell Brooks, right? Is that correct?
I'm 1,000,000%. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. That's crazy, man. Okay, that's a big fight too. I'm surprised I didn't know that though.
Yeah, you know, man, that's, well, you know, me, you know, I'm a true, like, true,
people are casual.
I'm not a casual fan, man. I'm a true fan of the sport.
Well, here's
what I mean. So
back to this D real quick, man. When it comes down to Errol, I just like what he's about the, he's about that business, man. He's about that life when he jump in that ring, D, man. He comes in there. I mean, he's all serious, man. You know, he like to take and give. He like action. He like to come at you, man. And D, you gotta have an attack. You gotta have a game plan when you're fighting Spence, man, because the next thing you know, man, you could be in the back seat. You know, you could be down. You know, it could be man down quick for you.
I can't give Errol Spence, you know, I don't give him that much credit for beating, Brooks. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you don't really have to give him credit.
I mean, it is what it is,
Right.
He beat a beaten man, okay?
Cut it out.
But the reason I even bring any of that up is because you keep talking about him and Keith One Time Thurman.
No. His name is not One Time anymore, D.
His name is One Time.
It's sometime Thurman.
Okay, but the thing about it is he lost to a legend, okay? He barely lost to a legend. He actually became more popular after his defeat. You know what I'm saying? He became a bigger fighter. He became loved by Pacquiao's fans. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
He came back strong in the fight. There's no question about that.
But you got a game recognized game. I mean, iron sharpens iron. These boys will be very competitive against each other, but make no mistake, Keith One Time Thurman might knock out Errol Spence. I mean, he got the power. He got the power to do it. He's got skill. He's slick. Errol Spence has not ever fought a fighter to his caliber like him, not yet.
Did you just say D? Wait a minute. You gotta rewind to your microphone, your system. Let me hit rewind. You said that Keith Thurman might knock out Errol?
Damn right. Yeah, I said it.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna say to that. Check this out, fam.
I said it. I did.
When it comes down to Keith Thurman, he does. Listen, I gotta be 100 with you. I got 100 with you, D. His power is serious, so I'm not gonna sit there and discredit his power. Keith Thurman got power. It's no question. I can't discredit that. Okay, but don't think for a second Errol don't got power in both hands.
No, Errol got power.
I mean, his promotion company. Don't forget what Errol Spence promotion company is called. It's called Man Down. Yeah. And when I say Man Down, night.
Yeah. I give him respect, man. I give him respect. Definitely.
Now, one thing about it, here's the thing, D. Here's why I think it would be hard for Thurman against Spencer, brother. This is how I break it down, summarize it. I think it'd be very entertaining because you got two heavy-handed fighters for one. Okay. I just think when it comes down, D, to boxing, you know just as well, or even better than I do, inactivity in a sport like boxing is a recipe for disaster, D. Now, we can go back to the Sugar Ray Leonard days where he took off 3 years and came back and beat the baddest man on the planet in Marvin Hagler, or one of the baddest men on the planet, and won the fight. I don't care what nobody say. It was a draw. People thought it was a draw. Listen, Sugar Ray got the victory and he earned it. Okay,
yeah,
he outpointed him.
Yeah, but let's keep it real. Okay, inactivity is only relevant if you're not a disciplined fighter. You know, if you're not the type of fighter that, like for instance, Floyd Mayweather, you never have to worry. He never has to worry about inactivity because he's always in shape. You know what I'm saying? He's always in shape. He's always ready.
You don't do drugs. You don't drink.
Don't do any of that. And a lot of the fighters, and I think Keith Thurman is that type of fighter where he's very disciplined in what he does. He even admitted when he fought Barrios, you know what I'm saying? Even though I think he did what he was supposed to do, you know, he wasn't like he didn't have a great training camp. You know, he didn't have I think he trained himself that fight. You know what I'm saying? And it's like because because it was easy work. We know Barrios is easy work, but it's like
I like that. It was easy money.
Yeah, it was easy money. Nobody else was. You got to understand this. Nobody is busting down the door to fight Keith Thurman in either. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing that.
I question what you said about comparing his body, you know, when he's come down, keeping his shape to Floyd. I'm gonna tell you why. Because Thurman's body, D, it's been reported now, even by himself, that he'll balloon all the way up to like what, 175, 180 when he's not fighting. Am I right? That's what he said before. He balloon. D. Now, when you fight at 147, family, and then next thing you know, you balloon all the way up to 175, 180, D, your body ain't like Floyd's then because Floyd walks around at 158, 157.
Yeah, something like that. I mean,
so I just think Thurman, now, keep in mind, if you're talking about fighting Spence next month in December, I'm sure right now, as we speak, he's probably in the gym getting that work, putting that work in.
Absolutely.
You know, yeah. Now, one thing about Spence, Spence stays in his, he got a gym downtown Dallas, man, somewhere downtown Dallas. I think close to his farm because, you know, he got a little ranch or something now.
Right.
He stay in the gym with Derek James, man. Them guys stay in the gym, man. In other words, you can call Spence and he'd be ready Saturday night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, they say meet me at AT&T Stadium, Jerry World. You're gonna be fighting. I'm ready. So that's what you call, to me, a disciplined fighter. Now, can Thurman get himself in fighting condition? Sure, he can, because he's a pro.
I think he's already basically there. You know what I'm saying? He's in shape. You know what I'm saying? He's working out.
He knows about that time. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's about that time. Listen, it's gonna be a fight that the fans gonna be the winner, first of all, because you're gonna have a fighting fight. You're gonna have two guys they're gonna come to fight. But I think, D, you may agree with this and may not. I don't know if Keith Thurman can take some good punishment to that body, man. I think he got hurt a couple of times. Pacquiao was hurting that body pretty good, man. And Pacquiao, I don't think he hit harder than Spence. He don't hit harder than Spence. So Pacquiao hits hard for a guy his size. The world.
Well, I think in any sport, you know, when you have, you know, these athletes that are very, very competitive, you know, very, very competitive, they go all out. Sometimes they get hurt, you know, and sometimes they need, you know, some time to heal, you know.
Correct.
And I think Keith got caught up in a situation where he needed some surgeries done, you know, and then with that on top of this virus, you know, that caused a lot of his inactivity. You know what I'm saying? That he was inactive, but then bam, that stuff happened, which made him more inactive, which made a lot of fighters inactive. You know, I mean, Errol Spence hasn't fought in a while either. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of these fighters haven't fought in a while. So I don't really think the inactivity is going to really play a big part, because it's not like any of these fighters is fighting 2 or 3 times a year right now anyway.
Correct. That's correct.
You know,
but I just think, D, keep in mind now, he fought a small. Now check this out, D. Now you gotta check me out on this one. He fought a short legend in Manny Pacquiao, right?
Yeah.
A legend. That's what Pacquiao, 5'5". He fought 5'4", 5'5", a little legend, little Tasmanian devil. You know, then he turned around and fought a guy that's not even 147 pounder in barrels. A skinny, tall guy that wasn't even, to me, he wasn't even, to me, should be a 135. He just got a lot of height on it. That I don't really respect when it comes down to being a high caliber fighter. So, and he, like you said, I say he barely beat the guy, but like you said, I did like what you said. He kind of, it might have been on cruise control, get this guy, because I like easy money, easy bag, easy work. Yeah. Now, we're talking about fighting a small legend that's great on his way out in Pacquiao, and fighting a guy that's not even a welterweight in Burroughs. Then you want to turn around and fight Errol Spencer. That's like setting your time back, where it's light, the daytime gets early, and it gets dark quick. D, because that's you got to give me credit on that. Now that's two different. That's not the same kind of guy, D. It's like you're fighting a legend that's on his way out. You're fighting a guy that's not even in your division. Easy work, like a tune-up. Now you're gonna fight the man in the division, because quiet as kept. Errol Spence is the #1 welterweight in the world. I don't care what nobody says.
Okay.
Crawford got 1 belt, D, and Spencer has 3. Last I checked, 3 is better than 1.
I get it. But listen to this. Didn't Errol Spence fight Ocampo
and knocked him out? Yes.
Yeah.
And knocked him out.
Yeah. I mean, is it Ocampo and Barrios like in the same division? I mean, what's the difference?
D, Barrows, D, come on now. Listen, he was fighting good for a few rounds against Tank, until Tank went in his suitcase and pulled out a stick of dynamite.
You're right. Exactly.
Over to the concession stand. So here's what I'm saying. He got knocked out by Tank Davis. Then he turned around and got some more money. Listen, I can't be mad at him. You got knocked out by Tank, and then next thing you know, they offer you a fight against Keith Thurman. He's like, man, how much I'm getting paid for that, Keith Thurman? I'll sign me up. And then next thing you know, Burroughs is like, hey, I can retire and buy all the fruits and vegetables and take care of my family, because I'm good now. After those 2 fights, D, Tank Davis and Keith Thurman.
He started the faster too, landing some offensive flurries, forcing Garcia to pick his shots on the back foot. However, with Garcia pushing back in the...
He wasn't ready for Thurman, you know. So I don't have a whole lot of respect for Barrows. I don't, especially in that welter. I don't have no respect for him in the welterweight division, because it's not his.
Right, you know? Right. What about Chris Algieri? You got respect for him? Or Chris
Algieri, I think he's like a stepping stone.
Yeah. He's
stepping to the guys.
What about Alejandro Barrera?
Next.
Well, this is somebody. This is one of Spence's victim, Phil Logreco.
Now you talking about some guys.
Samuel. No, this is not too early in his career. I mean, this is like shit. I didn't even go all the way back to I didn't go back to the beginning. It's like mid career.
Okay. Well,
you got a lot, bro. You got a lot of names on here. There's nobody. I mean, I don't get it, man. How y'all got this guy ranked so high in your minds? Hey, when he got names like Winnie the Pooh.
Hey, listen. If you want to be a bunch of, I
can beat Winnie the Pooh. I can beat Winnie the Pooh.
You sure could.
Damn,
listen, and his daddy too. But listen, if you want to read off a bunch of unknown comics opponents, look up a guy called Terrence Crawford. If you look up his record,
you want to talk about Terrence?
A bunch of puppets he fought. a bunch of SpongeBob SquarePants guys. He fought a bunch of no names.
Yeah, but listen. Terrence Crawford, that's this dude has he is undisputed, in his weight class, and what
He was
140?
140 D at 140, not
40,
140.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
It's a big thing. I can't take that away from
You know
him,
what I'm
man.
saying?
But
You guys
I have respect for his record.
discounting. Okay, so listen. So this dude, he's got Sean Porter, he's got Kell Brook. He beat Kell Brook before
Spence.
No. Maybe he did after. I don't know. I don't remember. He beat the Wills.
I think Spence beat Brook first.
I think he did, yeah.
Then he fought Crawford.
Yeah.
So he was lunch meat by that time.
Right. And then he fought this guy, Kavalaskas. I don't know his name. He was 21-0.
Who's he talking about? Terrence?
Yeah, Terrence. He was 21-0. Then he fought Amir Khan. Well, I'm going backwards actually. Jose Benavidez Jr. He was good. He was 27-0. And see, a lot of these guys, yeah, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got 7 undefeated fighters. 8. He's got, if you go back to the beginning, he's got 8 undefeated fighters under his belt.
Let's keep it
that he's beat.
Let's keep it.
You know how many Errol Spence got?
What's that? Undefeated fighters?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, probably a couple of them.
Yeah, only a couple. The other guys like Thurman and Terrence Crawford, they got multiple.
Some of them undefeated records, D. Now D, like you just said, man, you just got to say you could beat a couple of Winnie the Poohs. So what I'm saying is, I think I could knock a couple of them out. I mean, come on now. I mean, I do some push-ups at night. Some of them guys D don't have a lot of respect for. And you in the boxing circle, here's the thing. You know what Floyd Mayweather said the other day, and I like to listen when he talks. You know why? Because he deserves. He deserves. He's the GOAT.
You go. You got to listen to Floyd. You got to listen.
Am I right, D? You have to listen. That's like if
listen.
Michael Jordan. If Michael Jordan's talking, if the subject is basketball, I think you should have your ears open.
I know Michael Jordan. Yeah, you got to. Yeah, exactly.
So Floyd said, and I said, man, that's where I was talking to my brother D about. Man, that's the topic I was saying. Man, to be great, you got to beat great fighters.
Yeah.
He made it real simple. To be great, D, you have to beat great opponents. You can't be great fighting C-level guys, guys you get at Walmart.
Dude, Floyd fought all the smoke. He took
all the smoke.
See, Floyd is people don't give Floyd enough credit, man.
Correct.
This dude entertained us so many years by beating the best in the division. There was a couple maybe that got away. I think Vernon Forrest. I kind of wanted to see him fight.
He was a middleweight, D. He was a middleweight.
I think there were talk about them fighting.
But Forrest D was 154, bro. He was 154.
Vernon Forrest, yeah, right.
Yeah, he was 154. So, and he was real tall, man. So I understand take that challenge, man. But like you said,
and what's the guy that had the accident? What's his name, my boy?
Was it Williams?
Yeah, Paul Williams.
Paul Williams.
Yeah, Paul Williams. I mean,
he was a bad dude.
He was a bad dude. That would have been dope to see.
I think he could have beat Floyd D. I really don't. I don't think Paul Williams could. I watched him fight. I just don't think. And listen. Yes,
I wouldn't bet against Floyd with any of them guys. But I would like to see the fights. But hey, anyway, I think Floyd is a master of this whole boxing game when it comes to the actual boxing and the business.
He's a genius.
And when he says that Spence and Crawford fight wasn't ready, wasn't going to happen,
it wasn't ready.
That's what I listened to,
Right. And guess what? It didn't happen.
And it didn't happen, and people mad at Terrence. And I'm like, man, Floyd said a few weeks ago that it wasn't going to happen. Why y'all mad because this guy got a backup plan?
Floyd works directly, D, with Al Heyman.
Right.
a guy he calls a second father,
a second father, business partner, friend, whatever. They gets down together.
Right.
So
I mean, like every day they talk.
Yeah.
So he said it. The fight needs to be baked in the oven a little longer.
Right. That's why I said that this Keith Thurman and Spence fight, it would be a better choice right now. Anyway, it would be a better choice, because it should be easy to make. Okay, it's a damn good fight, and it may put Keith. It's an opportunity for Keith to get back on top.
No, listen. I would say this, and I gotta say this. When it comes down to Thurman, Errol got to come now. You got to come. I don't got to say this because Errol gonna come with his A game, but because one thing about it, he already know Thurman got that power. But here's the thing I don't like about the Spence mentality when it comes down to Thurman. I think they got that old school game. You know what I'm talking about? That I think him and Crawford, Spence and Crawford, they doing him like they did like Jordan. They said Jordan they was freezing Jordan out in the NBA when he was a rookie from Isaiah Thomas. You remember that?
Yeah.
Right? They froze him out. So I think Terrence Crawford and Spence, I'm not saying they collaborated and talked to each other, but neither one of them want to give Thurman an opportunity because I think Thurman ducked or overlooked Crawford and Spence when they was coming up for a championship fight. Now, to me, it's petty.
Yeah.
Because now the WBC, hey, hats off to them guys, because they said, Errol, you gotta fight Keith Thurman. He's your mandatory opponent. So now they put him in, they backed him up in the corner. So either you got to fight Thurman, or you got
to relinquish his belts. Right. And rightfully so. But dude, I think it's more. It's more than that. I don't think that. I think Spence is a little afraid that if he fights Thurman, he could squander his opportunity to fight Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Because fighting Thurman is not a way to. There's going to be none of this. Okay, I'm looking forward to the Terrence Crawford fight after I get done with Thurman. Nah, you might not make it to the Terrence Crawford fight.
I like that, but I got something better than that, D. This is what I love about Errol Spence. And I've been watching pro boxing, D. Me and you've been watching it for quite a long time now. I mean, watching it closely. I never seen a man call another champion a tune-up.
Yeah.
D, the ultimate disrespect. He called Danny Garcia, who's going to be correct me if I'm wrong, Danny Garcia is going in the Hall of Fame. Would you agree or disagree?
I don't know why, but yeah, maybe.
D, he's a three-time world champion?
Yeah. He was yeah. I guess, all that.
Danny Garcia is going in his resume is going to get him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I believe that.
I got to give Danny, you know what? Let me stop. I got to give Danny a little bit more credit. You're right.
Yeah.
Because I did feel like Danny lost a couple fights he won. You know what I'm saying? It could have went either way, And I don't know, man. For some reason, I just think some of his hype kind of dropped off. I think when he knocked out Matisse, that was like, oh wow, this boy got some power. He got some thump. And even one time said, dude got like that power. He got that real shit.
Hit. So here's my point.
Yeah.
When Errol called Danny Garcia a tune-up fight, first of all, I thought that was the ultimate. I ain't never heard somebody disrespect another champion like that.
Yeah.
And think about it, Errol meant exactly what he said.
Well,
and guess what?
I thought
when the fight came, wait a minute. When the fight came, he treated Danny Garcia like he was a tune-up fight. He cleaned him up.
He did.
He cleaned him up, D. Matter of fact, me and my wife, we was at that fight because it's right here at AT&T Stadium. Your future favorite home, because you're a Cowboy fan too. We'll talk about that later.
No.
So well, you're Eagle. So anyway, fly low. But anyway, he called Danny Garcia a tune-up. I said, damn, he called this guy a tune-up fight. And he treated him like a tune-up fight. He kicked his ass.
He beat the shit out of him.
Oh, you just Hey, I'm gonna tune him up him. He's gonna be another tune-up fight. It's gonna be a tune-up fight. So I said, man, when you call a guy a tune-up who's a recognized, highly decorated fighter, champion, and you go out there and beat him like that, man, he said, wow, that's pretty bold, man. Pretty bold.
Yeah, but I mean, he should have been able to knock Danny Garcia out. He should have been able to. You know what I'm saying?
Punk D now. Danny got a chin.
I mean, yeah.
Got a chin power too.
Yeah, and he should have been able to knock little Mikey Garcia out too. I mean, good grief, man. Come on.
I agree with that.
Come on, man. And then you gonna say he gonna knock out Keith? He gonna knock out Keith Thurman? He couldn't knock out little Mikey? Come on.
No, he could knock little Mikey, but it's almost like Keith Thurman couldn't knock out little bitty Pacquiao. He almost got knocked out.
Pacquiao almost went out too. Shit.
Well, I tell you what, I gotta give Thurman some credit, D, because that second half of the fight, Pacquiao had to reach back in the bag and pull out some more tricks because Thurman was coming on. He was coming on. He was coming on. Question about it. So,
I thought he did enough to win, man. I thought he did enough to win that fight. It was a split Thurman.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought he did enough to win that fight, man. It was a split decision. On one of the cards, he did win. So I don't know.
I just want boxing to get back, D. Listen, I just hope to me in boxing, D, in the sweet science, man, we trending the wrong way, man, because keep in mind, I'm in my mid-50s now. So I've seen the best of the best. Yeah. I was born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky, right? The home of Muhammad Ali, the greatest. And I think the second greatest I've seen was Floyd Mayweather. That's the second greatest I've seen. Then I have to say Sugar Ray Leonard. Yeah. But the point I'm making is, like you said, man, D, we started talking about the opponents that Ali had, the opponents that Sugar Ray Leonard had, the opponents that Floyd Mayweather had. Bro, a lot of them guys they fought, D, would be a champion if it wasn't for them guys I just got to name it. Am I right?
You're right.
If it wasn't for Floyd, if it wasn't for Ali, if it wasn't for Leonard, a lot of other guys would have been champion. D, you might discredit the Mikey Garcia win here in Dallas, but let me just say this, though. Mikey Garcia was one of the hottest guys in the sport, D, when he jumped in there with Errol. Am I correct? Am I right or wrong?
Mikey Garcia was one of the best midgets in the game. The best hobbits. He was a hobbit, man. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, how he gonna fight this? Listen, he's fighting Errol Spence.
Right.
He's jumping up, I think, 2 weight classes to fight Errol Spence.
He was fighting at 140. He was fighting at 140, so he had to come up to the 147.
147.
Right?
I thought he won like a 135 fighter.
Oh, he started at maybe his career D, maybe at 135 or something.
So he was at 140 when. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So I just think that was a great listen. Did I think Mikey Garcia had a chance with Spence? No, not really. But I knew he was the kind of Mikey Garcia was highly respected around he's highly respected in the boxing community, D. And then let me just say this now, Ugas. Now come on now. Yes, he was fighting Pacquiao, an old school legend, an old icon that was on the back end of his career. True that. Right. But still, Manny Pacquiao, D, is still Manny Pacquiao. Right. And Ugas, Ugas beat him. Am I right? Fair and square.
Ugas. Right? Yeah, Ugas. Yeah, Ugas beat him. I mean.
So guess what? Now, Ugas, you next in line for the man down treatment. Now time you get cleaned up and touched up, take a physical. Because Spence, next thing you know, taxed him really. Spence almost into his career. Yeah. Broke his eye socket, broke his ribs. Next thing you know, your boy said, "No mas, I'm good. I don't want."
He did that. Yeah, he did that to Ugas. Right. I mean, Ugas. I think. But realizing this, that Ugas had a very good, I would say, boxing spurt. You know what I'm saying? Like he had some very, very good wins. Even though he had already lost, 3 or 4 times. You know what I mean? By the time he fought Errol Spence, man, He was already he was on the decline, man. I mean, you gotta admit he was on the decline. He was like ready.
Football coach, NFL, I would reach in my pocket and throw out a red flag on you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
Because Ugas, man, when he fought Errol, D, he was hot. Because keep in mind, his losses, D, Ugas' losses that he had, bro, was early in his career, D. So next thing you know, when he said I heard his interview. He said he thought about quitting the sport of boxing, D. Next thing you know, he talked to I think it was the baseball player, because keep in mind he's from what, Cuba.
Yeah.
What's the guy?
Sosa?
The base. Was it Sosa? I don't know if it's Sammy Sosa. The guy. Oh wow. Anyway, a Cuban superstar baseball player, I think, kind of fronted him some money type thing. D. In other words, he was kind of getting down, financially, mentally, physical. So next thing you know, he said, "Man, listen, I'm gonna front you some money, kind of get your mind right, get you back in that gym, get back to the boxing game, get back in the game, get off the horse, keep your chin up, keep your head up."
Right.
Next thing, he got his mojo back. You know what I'm saying? He got to rejuvenate. He got his faith. His faith jumped up through the roof. So he went on the nice win streak. Now, mind you, he beat Sean Porter. But next thing you know, they gave Sean Porter a Christmas present. They gave him the decision.
Right. I thought that he beat Sean Porter. I really did.
Yeah.
I thought he did enough to win. But
I think Sean Porter believed he lost that fight too. But Christmas came early for him.